Show it.
Show it.
Show it.
When voting this election day, November 6th, you will be asked, but not required, to show a photo ID. To learn more about how to get a photo ID for future elections, call 1-877-VOTES-PA or visit votespa.com.
Governor, we're going to start off, but we have a lot of, or several consumer emails this month. A lot of people concerned about some things, and that's where we start with Emma in Dauphin, right up the road here. She writes, my elderly mother recently received an offer to switch electricity suppliers. A company called Energy Plus offered $200 in Best Buy gift cards to switch for a lower rate. Thankfully, I stopped her before she jumped in. A quick web search showed numerous complaints against Energy Plus for offering a low first-month rate, then jacking up the costs enormously. Under deregulation, what is Pennsylvania doing to protect consumers from these kinds of sham offers, including variable electric rates? And she says, thank you for your time. I enjoy the video clips. So she watches on PA.
I forget that this is here.
Yeah. So I also Googled that same company and came up with a website called consumeraffairs.com, and I got 7 pages of complaints against this company. One of the people in here is from Pennsylvania who switched from Pico, and they all tell that same story. Low first month, then the rates jack up. So deregulation was a state issue. Is the state looking out for people?
Well,
now,
it is, and I'll go put on my former hat as Attorney General.
Yeah.
This is a consumer protection issue. First off, the listener did exactly the right thing. Research it before you switch. Research it. And in this day and age, you can do it. If you have access to a computer, you can do it pretty well and take the time. Particularly, I think it's important to help our senior citizens. They may not have that access. So, children, friends, relatives, take care of your seniors when you do this. Call the Consumer Protection Office. It's a part of the Attorney General's office. It's kind of semi-independent. Sonny Popowski is the consumer advocate. You can call there. You can call the Consumer Division of the Attorney General's office to talk about this.
And Sonny's been there forever.
Actually, Sonny's getting ready to retire.
Is he really?
Yes, he is.
Wow, Sonny has been there since before I got here.
Well, Sonny was there when I was Attorney General in '96.
Yeah.
So, and I wish him well if he's listening to this. But that's the first place you go to. It was 95, 96 that we passed electric deregulation. Yeah. It has worked out. But you do have to have the ability to compare prices. Variable prices are legal. But you need to research it to see if people have been complaining about it. But we are going to see energy costs go down with the Marcellus. We are already seeing it come down across Pennsylvania. So she did the best thing, and we just ask consumers to do the same thing.
And I should point out the easy way to research it. The PUC has a website, right. papowerswitch.com. I used it the other day. You type in your zip code, you see all the offers, all the companies who are offering electricity in your area, and you can compare whether it's a variable price, whether it's a fixed price. You can see if there's a promotional offer. You can see if there's a cancellation fee and compare them all side by side. It also has a section of suggested questions you need to ask a potential energy supplier before you sign on. So it's a really good resource, PAPowerswitch.com.
It's amazing what we're now able to do with computers.
It is.
To service the public.
And Emma did something else very right as well. I'm very
correct.
She watched
us?
No, she looked out. She looked out for her mother, for the elderly.
And that's my point.
Because they can fall prey.
We have my mother-in-law's going to turn 93. My wife and her 3 sisters are doing the exact same thing. They're watching out for her.
Yeah. Well, moving on to Clearfield County for the next email. Jody from Bigler writes, have the property tax laws changed recently? Here in Clearfield County, we have a lot of property tax increases with no reason, a building permit for one property and a tax increase on neighboring properties. All the information I could find clearly states that only the improvement or change is to be taxed, not the higher property. Also, how does ground taxed at 1989 value jump to 2011 property level value when there was no county-wide reassessment? What it sounds like here is Jody had some improvement on her property, maybe building a garage or something like that, and it sounds like the property tax for the entire property went up, and she doesn't think that should be right. Is she correct?
Well, I mean, if you improve your property, there's the absolute possibility that the value of you're making your home more valuable. That is what's going to cause.
Is there a reassessment when you
improve
automatically?
I can't tell you which counties do it. Each county does a little bit differently.
Yeah.
In Allegheny County, we just went through a reassessment, and my property went up 50%. which I didn't take an appeal because I didn't think it would look good if the governor took an appeal, even though I would have liked to. But, this is really more of a local issue. It's a county issue than a state issue. There is an appeals process through the county assessment office. So, Jody, you need to take a look at that. I would say that the legislature has heard some bills to try and stop what they call spot assessments, and that might be what's going on here. By the school districts in particular, those bills so far have failed. She could check out our Center for Local Government Services. If you go to pa.gov, up in the search, put in Center for Local Government Services. Sometimes in the counties, when a property is sold, the school district takes the higher number as the new number. If you bought your property 25 years ago, and now your property has appreciated because of inflation and everything else, they're going to take that higher number. They're all looking for money.